Welcome, you two friends. This is Lunatic Tarot. My name is Christina. If you want the description, my background, all that good stuff, you know what to do. Check the description. For right now, we're going to get right into the reading. This is going to be for my Aquarian friends for June 2024 when it comes to matters of the heart. If anything else pops up, I'll be sure to read it. But yeah, without further ado, the deck is already shuffled, so let's get into it. All right, okay, all right, what up? All right, cards wanting to jump already. All right, Spirit, for my Aquarian friends for June 2024. What are the messages for my Aquarian friends for June 2024? Let's give it one more run. Aquarius, June 2024. All right, let's stop there. All right, at the bottom of the deck, we have Five of Pentacles. Goes without saying, you know, some of you might be feeling some loss right now in some sort of way. I'm going to hold off on that and get into the reading and kind of see what I see, but we'll make note of that. So first card, we've got the Ten of Pentacles. And then we've got the Four of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles, a lot of earth energy here. So some of you may be dealing with some earth signs. And then we've got the Eight of Cups. And then lastly, we have the Emperor. Some of you guys had to make a big decision. This was a decision that you did not want to make. Somebody forced you into making this decision. The Aquarian that I'm talking to, you know, from the outside looking in, you had it all. People thought you had it all. Things look good from the outside. And I'm not exactly sure what happened quite yet. We'll get into that. But there's something here about this energy of you having to assert yourself and pull your energy back for your own well-being, for the balance of you, if you have children, whatever it was. Something was just off kilter and it was causing alarm in you and you had to pull back. And it doesn't look like this was the decision that you wanted to make. You know, with that Five of Pentacles, there's a loss that you're feeling. Like, even though you know it was the right decision, it still doesn't make it feel any better. Right underneath that, we have the Six of Swords. And right underneath that, we have the Tower. This is about letting the pieces fall where they may and not sticking around to find out how bad it could get, you know. You knew it was the right decision. It just doesn't negate the loss that you feel. And I could keep going here. Right under this, we have the Fool. So some of you guys, this truly is a brand new beginning. Maybe for many of you, this could have been a very long-term situation that you were in, that you are now not in and taking the world on yourself. This is good energy right here. And hell, I'll just keep going again. I've got the Eight of Swords under that. So, you know, there's this, you're feeling trapped with the decision that you had to make, and that energy's heavy. So let's go ahead and clarify. Again, I have to stress, for many of you, this was definitely a family thing. Some of you guys, like I said, with the Ten of Pentacles, you could have had it all. From the outside looking in, it looked like you had everything, right? The white picket fence, the dog, the cat, or at least there was the promise of that. That's where you saw whatever this was going. This was the goal. And unfortunately, you had to take your energy back. And I just heard for some of you, whoever this person was took more than they should. Like, whoever this person was, fuck. There's a narrative here that I'm seeing of somebody being greedy. Somebody looking out for themselves, but not in a good way. You know, I had this energy of the Aquarian I'm talking to who's looking out for themselves to protect themselves. And then there's this other energy here of somebody who's looking out for themselves, but in a very greedy sense. Okay, let's clarify. I'm going to clarify this Eight of Cups. The Seven of Wands, just want it to come out. There's a lot of energy here of you fighting to protect what's yours and your energy and your space. Spirit, can you clarify this Eight of Cups for me, please? Do one more. One more for this Eight of Cups, please, Spirit. All right. I got the Five of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, there was just this was an incredibly intense situation. There was a lot of fighting. There could have been more than two people involved. You know, there could be other people's input into this too. So clarifying the Eight of Cups, we've got the King of Swords. There's your energy. We've got the Empress. And then we've got the Eight of Wands. Aquarius, I think, like, whatever this is, this didn't happen overnight. And there was a lot of thought that went into where you're at today. This wasn't a heat of the moment decision of having to take your energy back and look out for yourself. For many of you, I think you knew better for a long time. And it's like one day you woke up and it just clicked. You have to look out for yourself. And I think once that moment clicked for you, that was it. You were out of there. Eight of Wands, clarifying the Eight of Cups. You could have had some information that came in that you were waiting on. Whatever the case, there's that thing inside you, your spirit gave you the okay to walk away and said, it's time to go. Because you're putting yourself first now. You're putting yourself first. You know it was the right decision. Doesn't mean that it's easy. The Eight of Cups signifies loss in and of itself, but having to walk away from something knowing that there's better. And I think that's what this is about. We'll continue on. Let's clarify. Clarify this Four of Pentacles, please, Spirit. My Aquarius. Got the Hermit. And the Moon. Yeah, I don't need any more clarifying. Four of Cups at the bottom of the deck. All of this energy is showing me that you had to really evaluate what was best for you. Like that song, Should I Stay or Should I Go Now? Like that song's playing in the back of my head. That's the energy that I have. This Four of Cups here, you know, it looks like she has the rainbow in one pot, but all she can do is think about these three other cups and what could be. She's not content with what she has. And that's the energy of this reading, is knowing where you don't belong. Maybe not knowing where you're going, but knowing that, like, You don't belong. So clarifying the Four of Pentacles, we have the Hermit and the Moon. If the Four of Pentacles talks about holding back what's yours, taking what's yours, taking your energy back. The Hermit talks about having a moment for yourself to just observe and understand and to gather wisdom about the situation. And the Moon talks about being in your emotions. It talks about fear. It talks about confusion. You know, the Aquarian I'm talking to, if you haven't already taken your energy back and just sort of given this situation a breather, the cards are encouraging you to do so. If you have done that, congrats. Because whatever this is, I know it wasn't an easy decision to make. It is the right one, however. I need to tell you that. And I know you have a lot of fear. But, you know, the Moon card, the original, the Rider-Waite deck, well, actually this one has it. You see those two wolves? The Moon talks about fear and, like, which wolf do you feed? Do you feed the wolf that is angry and scared and doesn't know what to do? Or do you feed the wolf that has power? Do you feed the wolf that says, this is my situation and I'm taking ownership of it? The Moon talks about being in that space where you have to decide which way you're going to go. And the Hermit card is encouraging you to take what you know, listen to spirit, listen to your intuition, and move from that point. That's what this reading is all about. And I thank Spirit for coming through so strong. And I apologize if I'm repeating myself a lot, but the cards are just saying this shit over and over again. So, which is a good thing. I mean, we've got clarity, right? All right. I really don't see a need to clarify anymore, but maybe what I'll do is maybe give you some advice, give you some direction. Spirit, give me some advice for my Aquarian. The Aquarians that identify with the situation. Give me some advice for them, please. Okay, that was the whole deck. Can't do that. Give me some advice for the Aquarians, please. All right, I'm going to stop there. The bottom of the deck, we have Three of Swords. This is the heartbreak card. You can see. This is also a card of letting it out. This is a card of accepting. Not liking. Not feeling good about it. But owning it. And that, my friends, I am an Aquarian also. That, my friends, is the hardest part of the process for us, is letting go of the dream. Letting go of the fact that the control that we thought we had over the situation, we don't. And somebody else has taken over. And you can control yourself, but you can't control what somebody else does. But when it becomes destructive, then you're left with no choice but to protect your own. And you have to back off, right? That's what this card is about. I'm sorry, I just have to say this. I'm not normally like a emotional person, but for the Aquarians that watch this and resonate with this, I need to tell you I'm sorry. Whatever this was, this person, I don't know if they've apologized to you, but Spirit is telling me to tell you that I'm sorry for whatever happened here. You need to hear that. That I feel like your role in this, you had really good intentions and you put all of yourself into it, and it didn't go the way you thought it would, and this person let go of their dream. And I just need to tell you that I'm sorry. I'm sorry for your pain right now. I feel it. The advice Spirit has for you. Oh, wow. So we're going to start with the Tower. Also known as let the pieces fall where they may, right? We have the Eight of Swords, the Ten of Swords, and then I saved this for the last, the Nine of Cups. So for those of you who know tarot, know what this is talking about, but for those that don't, let me explain, and I'll make it short. The Tower. A lot of readers would say it's a really intense negative card in the deck, but what the Tower signifies is, on one end, it talks about not waiting for the tower to fall before you jump when you know it's on fire. If you see smoke, you're at the top of the tower and you know fire's not far behind, that's your signal to get out. On the other hand, the Tower talks about waiting too long and having to jump, and the pieces fall where they may. This is a card of letting things fall and rebuilding. It's transformation. It's a card of transformation. There's a lot of wisdom in this card. The situation that we've read here today calls for it, so I'm just going to leave that there. The Eight of Swords goes right along with the Eight of Swords talks about being mentally trapped up inside your head. You know, thoughts swirling, being stuck. You're stuck. You're stuck. But the one thing about this card is she can wiggle out of that rope if she wanted to. She could make it all stop today if she wanted to. This card talks about recognizing where you've been trapped, where you've been keeping yourself trapped, because sometimes we have to take ownership, right? Where have you been keeping yourself trapped? These two cards right here, the Tower and that Eight of Swords, whatever this was not a healthy situation, and for whatever your reasons are in staying in it, it may have just gone on way too long, you know. So Spirit's encouraging you with these cards to identify how you got in this situation, because identifying how you got into it is your ticket out of it mentally, you know what I mean? And then we've got the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords talks about, you see how she's starting to see the sunrise again? This person's been through hell. All those birds, the 10 is the last in the series of the deck. Tens represent endings. But specifically the Ten of Swords talks about endings to extremely painful circumstances. Somebody who's been through hell and has had to carry weight of unimaginable burden. And this card talks about there being a brighter day. There is an end to the situation when you decide to call it. It's all in your control. That's what this card talks about. I'm getting an image of a roller coaster right now, and whatever situation you've been locked up in, that person or this situation has been in the driver's seat of this roller coaster, but you've been riding shotgun. You've had no control over where the ride goes or how intense it gets, but you've been riding shotgun. Something else has had control this whole time, and it's not led to good places, you know. It's about taking control back. This whole reading is about taking your control back. Period. Last but not least, I'm going to end on a high note here. Actually, let me pull this Ten of Swords up. You got the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups talks about absolute emotional fulfillment. Having everything you want. You see this woman? She's so happy with all of her cups that she almost leaps off of a cliff, not even realizing it. But she's so intensely happy. She's got that sun behind her. She is at her pinnacle. She has everything that she wants. She's completely fulfilled. I'm going to hold this next to the Ten of Swords because this is on the horizon. But acknowledgement and acknowledgement and acceptance has to take place. This Eight of Swords, recognizing how you got stuck in the first place and getting out of it, and understanding that this is not going to go on forever, and that there is another side to this. It may not happen overnight because you didn't get into the situation overnight. Ugh, it's a bug. But the heavy price you've paid is not going unseen by Spirit, by God. You take those good intentions that you've had all along, and it's time to pour it into yourself. It's time to make a world that you can be comfortable in. That you can go to sleep at night not worrying. I get the feeling like you forgot what happy feels like. Spirit came through so well for you guys. I'm going to end it here. There's nothing more I can say. I think I'm going to title this video, Take Your Control Back, because that's what it's about. Again, to the Aquarian that I'm talking to, my heart is with you, and I'm sorry for whatever this is. I really am. But you're going to be okay. Take this advice. This is worth more weight than gold, okay? Be well. Again, my name is Christina. This is Lunatic Tarot. If you like, give it a like, a subscribe, do all the things. All that stuff really helps out. All right. Peace, Aquarian. I'll see you next month.